everyone, I'm Alex Gokenauer and this is Gokenauer's Homestead. Today we're in for a special treat as we'll be using a chemical-free way to kill the mites off. We'll be using the Mighty Mite Killer from Thermal Industries to increase the internal temperature of the hive. Bees can survive up to 116 degrees Fahrenheit, whereas the mites will die off at 106 degrees, including the mites in the brood as well, that's capped. So it also takes care of hive beetles. It's a 2.5 hour treatment. The bottom, you'll see this later on, but a bottom board goes in and a temperature gauge is at the top of the hive. It'll increase the temperature to 106 degrees, where it'll hold for 2.5 hours until the cycle is complete. The bees will leave the hive and try to cool it. They have a few different ways to try to cool the hive. One is they'll spread out through the hive, fanning it to try to bring it back down to 95 degrees. They'll also beard on the outside of the box and trying to bring airflow in. And then they also will go and get water and then disperse the water throughout the hive, so that as the water evaporates, it cools the hive down. But since it'll be pumping in the heat, they won't be able to keep up, and they'll be fine and unharmed, but all the mites, well not all, but majority of the mites will be killed by this heat treatment. So we're going to start here by removing the hive reducer. And then from there, we'll go ahead and install the Mighty Mite Killer through the hive. Okay, you want to hold the camera? Push that back. There we go. From there, we're going to add our foam board, or our temperature gauge on the top, on that crack that I cut out, about on the middle frame.
Because that's what I had used for mine. And
we're just going to go ahead and use some bird comb on top of this temperature sensor to hold it in place. It's already probably in the upper 70s or lower 80s, so it's actually melting pretty good. See that holding on? We're going to stick the foam board on top, which will hold the heat in to make sure it gets to 106 degrees, but it also has a hole on the top for ventilation so that they don't get oxygen deprived. And we're only doing the brood chambers. See, we have a honey super here, but we're just gonna set that on top to kind of hold the foam board down. There's the queen excluder. This board needs to come up like a 1/2 inch. There we go.
Then go ahead and place our super right on the top. Then our vented air cover. And then, Alex, if you can plug this. So it plugs in, and then it's got like this ring twists in. It doesn't matter which way it goes, and that like twists up to lock it in place. Got it?
Perfect. So the temperature sensor in the brood box, and now goes around and then connects into the Mighty Mite Killer system. we're going to
take our closure stick.
place our closure stick here. This will help it heat up to the temperature while letting the bees still go in and out of the hive through this small hole. Once we reach temperature, we will remove the stick and then let the bees go in and out of the hive freely. We will also use masking tape to tape the stick down because the bees are going to try to move the stick to cool down the hive. So we're going to tape.
Let's see if we can push that stick back.
Alright, so we're going to go ahead and start this. So it's red right now, meaning it has power. We're going to press and hold the blue button down until we see the blue light flash right there. So now the blue light is flashing, which means the temperature is now increasing within the hive. When the blue light turns to a solid green light, we're at temperature, and we'll go ahead and remove the stick and let the bees flow in and out freely. So we just got the green light, so we're up to temperature 106 degrees. We're going to go ahead and remove the block, let the bees enter as they want freely. You can already see they're starting to become a beard here on the box. Remove that. It's really big when you're doing the Mighty Mite Killer that you have proper ventilation throughout the hive, because oxygen starvation is a thing and it will kill your bees. Okay, so we just completed the 2.5 hours of the Mighty Mite Killer thermal treatment. We're now just going to take everything off, and then we're going to pull the unit out and see how many mites we have dead. So we'll take this top off. Go. Pull tape off. Take the temperature gauge out. We're going to place the queen excluder back on. Put the medium honey super back on. From the top. I'm going to pull the unit all out at once. Okay. Set that here. Go ahead and put the hive reducer back in, but we're going to move it, since the hive's getting large enough, we're going to go ahead and move it to the 3-inch hole. Watching the bees. Kind of slide it under, getting them out of the way. Okay, so here's our final product. We have maybe 75-ish dead bees. Most are probably infected with mites. If you take a look at them, you'll probably see some kind of mite, or they were old or weak, or... And yes, I do see some mites in here. There's one, there's a mite, there's a mite. I don't even know.
It's hard to see with the veil.
Yeah. There's definitely a good many mites in here, though.
That's impressive.
So here we probably have about 75, 100 dead bees. But, I mean, looking at it initially, we have at least 30 dead mites. Which, the initial drop is always the lowest. After that, you know, it killed all the mites inside the cap brood. So over the next few days, they'll be pulling that out. We'll check back, do a 3-day and a 6-day count, and then I'll post a video afterwards of all of this. Today we did our 3-day count of the varroa mite and found 25 more dead mites on the bottom board of the hive. We also did a hive inspection and found that the queen is still laying eggs, which is a good thing because a lot of people think that heat will make the queen stop laying or kill her altogether. And so we found her and we found eggs, which means we're good to go there. So the day before my 6-day count, I had a bear come and knock the hive over. He did minimal damage, but you know, I think it messed up my mite count. On the 6-day mite count, I only found 1 mite, so I'm thinking that him knocking it over kind of messed with it. But we have an electric fence up now, so that hopefully shouldn't happen again. But then I got in the hive and I found 2 full frames of brood and then another 3 filled with eggs. So the queen is really busy right now. In the next couple weeks, I'll do another video to show the progression of the hive after the Mighty Mite Killer. Please like and share and comment if there's anything you want to see about the bees that I haven't really talked about yet. Thanks.